Recently we've seen images in India of why Hindu youth are burning buses and going wild, saying we have to be less Hindu than we are, and it's getting tiresome. It's necessary sometimes not to live in an apologetic mode, but to take on a robust mode to respond to the serious challenges we face from Abrahamic tradition as well as the so-called secular forces. They are kind of keen to undermine Hinduism. So this is the reason why I'm wearing red. Let me first of all take on this idea of secularism.
Yeah.
You see, people say, Mr. Lakhani, India is a secular state and we must stop promoting Hinduism, etc. So then I have to tell them, please learn your secularism from the most mature secularist nation in the world, Britain. Come to Britain and you can learn secularism. Because the secularism that you are adopting is a half-baked, half-understood secularism. So it's necessary for you to grow up. I'll give you some examples. You'll be very surprised at these examples that I'm giving you. Suppose you're a secularist and you come to the UK and you find that, for example, Mr. Lakhani is able to teach Hinduism in every school in the UK, including the top school called, Eton College. Allowed, welcome, embraced. And if I go to India and try and teach Hinduism to a single Indian government school, I'll be kicked out. What kind of secularism is that? This mature secularism knows the role and relevance of religion and why it should be given exposure in the education system. Because it recognizes there are certain values that can be used by the religious teachings for the greater good. See, this is called mature secularism. And what have we got in India? I can't teach Hinduism to a single government school. So Hinduism has been kicked out of education system. This is the half-baked secularism that is being promoted, pushed across. This means you must not be fundamentalist Hindu. We are Hindus. Why don't we recognize it and affirm it? That's all we are saying.
Why should we shy away from it?
Absolutely. So that's the first issue. So this is not secularism. This is a half-baked nonsense. The second issue is this. Suppose you come to the UK and suppose you found that all the money the churches collect is taken away by the government. It's for the greater good. And the church community can suffer, struggle, doesn't matter. The money has to be taken by the government coffers. Do you see that here in the UK? Nothing doing. Do they say, okay, let's take the money from the Church of England and give it to the needy people who want to go perhaps on pilgrimage? Do they do that here in this country? This is secular country. So go and teach your own people what is secularism. The third area which really upsets me is this. They say we are becoming very fundamentalist and over Hindutva. Let me touch on this. Suppose today you hear these people that somebody was taking a cow for being butchered and the Hindus got worked up and took action. So this is horrible Hindutva. Now I'm telling you an example. I live in England. Suppose in England you took a dog to the abattoir to be killed so that it can be butchered and eaten up, because the Vietnamese people say dog meat is very healthy. So why don't you do that in UK? Try and do it here. Secular nation. Try and take one dog for being butchered and being eaten. Try in UK and sell hot dogs. In 2 ticks you'll be kicked out. 2 ticks. Secular nation. But you try and touch the horse or the dog in this country, they'll cut you down. 2 ticks. And they are allowed, this secularism. But in India, if somebody is very upset about the cows being taken to task like this, being murdered like this, oh no, you can't allow that, you must allow for it. Let me again touch on this cow issue. A lot of people make fun of Hindu cows. No, but you see in England, they say, oh, you can't eat the dog. Oh, even if the horse meat imported from France, they're big hoo-ha, the supermarkets are closed down. But in India, if you try and protect the cow, no, you can't do that. This is Hindutva, this is horrible. See, this is the not immature secularism. I'll give another example, not enough. I need to rub it in. Suppose, you got a painter here. You talk about liberal England with artistic freedom. And suppose you're a painter here, and the painter decided to show his artistic freedom by showing the queen of this nation copulating with a horse. The queen loves horses. Suppose she's shown having copulation, intercourse with a horse, and then you put it in a gallery in Piccadilly Circus. Do you think the queen will be so happy? Oh, you're such a clever person. Come, I give you knighthood. You'll be called Sir Hussain. Would they do that? No. They'll knock him out in 2 ticks. There are certain sensitivity every nation has, and you mustn't overstep it. But in India, when they did it, one artist did it, and the Congress government gave him Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri and everything. See the difference? Would the queen here give him knighthood? This is called mature secularism, where you respect the sensitivity of people. And that India is exhibiting a very immature secularism. And some of these media people, kind of little bit half-baked knowledge, we have to be secular. What secular? Learn to be secular here. And stop vilifying our nation and our tradition and our religion.